On to you, Scorpio. So you have the Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Magician, the Judgment, the Devil, King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. Wow. Okay. The Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for you, Scorpios, the Eight of Cups. Okay. So very interesting. So I'm seeing how it is that a lot of people in the past, and I'm going to be very real in this reading. I always am real with y'all and all the zodiac signs. A lot of people pretty much abandoned you. They tossed you to the side. They treated you like you were trash. Unnecessarily so, right? And sometimes people have a habit of treating Scorpios like garbage, unfortunately. Because remember, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini are about sadomasochistic relationships. Relationships in which people have to downplay your actual value to raise their value up or try to make it seem. Now, of course, it really doesn't really matter at the end of the day for them. But the Eight of Cups is how it is that people, it seems like people are not really serious about getting to know you. They'll be serious at first, and then out of nowhere, for no reason, now all of a sudden they decide they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to rock with you. But then you have the Seven of Cups, and some of the games that they'll play is they're off to try to talk to somebody that's much better than you. And then now a lot of you Scorpios are like, better than you? What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? You're trying to talk to somebody who's better than me, right? Why doesn't love pay the bills? Go and get my book. And the Magician now represents, because the reason for that is because the reason for that ultimately, right, is because those people are highly insecure. So the Magician is about now how this is a situation with a lot of you Scorpios. Now, the Magician is a Scorpio card. It can either represent Scorpio, Virgo, or Gemini, right, in particular. But it represents y'all, so y'all did show up in your own reading in the sense that a lot of you Scorpios took that and y'all are like, okay, fine. You don't take me very seriously. But it's not even that they don't take you seriously. They don't take themselves seriously because they do that to everybody. They try to level up with everybody. They do that with everybody. They're very exploitative. They try to get with people, leech off of people, and get what it is that they can get from the relationship. And then when they're ready, they leave. And then that's why it is that they can't keep a relationship. But the problem is that a lot of people in the dating pool nowadays, a lot of people are starting to step away from dating because just in general, because it's very difficult, because on one side, a lot of the people are dysfunctional, yes, but there's way more people who realize that they're not getting chosen because they don't look a certain way and they don't make a certain amount of money. While on the other side, they're making the money and they're getting the kind of the pseudo fame or whatnot. But on the other hand, they're asking from the other side so much and it seems unrealistic. So the thing is that a lot of you Scorpios is like the Magician. A lot of you Scorpios was like, okay, cool. But the Magician and the Devil represents, again, people, people want you to live up to these unrealistic expectations. And then when they realize, like, yes, you're going to have to put in work to actually be in a relationship, that's where the fear is. They start to get scared. They don't want to be in a relationship anymore. They just take from you and just bounce. And the reason for that is because, and that's another thing too that I want to talk about, right? The reason why they do that is because they have a parasitic personality. They're dysfunctional. And not only that too, but you also have to understand, Scorpio, that it's okay because you're not the only one that goes through this at all. The King of Pentacles represents, sometimes they may even spread innuendo, right? Think that they're a little bit more intelligent than what they actually are. So you'll be trying to get to know them. And when they leave, they can't just leave peacefully. No, they got to tear you down on the way out of the door. right? By spreading innuendos about you, spreading how it is that you did this or you like this, which is completely untrue. Because not only that too, but Scorpios get a terrible rep for being evil people, right? A lot of the times people think that Scorpios are quote unquote evil people. And it's like, that's not true. That's not true. It's just that a lot of times people are very dysfunctional, and they don't know how to interact with the Scorpio. If a Scorpio is laughing and talking and joking with you, if a Scorpio gets comedic, then it's. I said this before. Scorpios are very comedic people. They're very comedic people, but you'll know the differences between if they like you and if they don't. If you cheer them up, they'll make jokes with you. I'm telling you, because I know Scorpios. I lived around Scorpios most of my life. I hung around with Scorpios. I got an uncle that's a Scorpio. So the Seven of Pentacles represents, it's not even what it is that people try to display about you. Like I just said, it's not even true. You really want to be in love. That's what it is that Scorpios want, yo. That's what Scorpios want. Scorpios want love. But y'all are born into a world that's ruthless and cruel to y'all. So now a lot of you Scorpios are like, oh, okay. So when y'all get here, a lot of you Scorpios are like, oh, word, so I actually have to survive. Okay. And then you have the Seven of Wands. Now you got to get to know, you got to exist in a world and get to know people and maneuver the games that people play. And a lot of you Scorpios pick up the game at a very early age because of your environment. Because a lot of Scorpios have, not all, but a lot of Scorpios have very intense, or they tend to have very intense environment where a lot of y'all got to grow up quickly. You, Cancer, Crabs, and Capricorns have to grow up very quickly, because if you don't, it's like, oh, okay, you could be put or injected in certain situations that you didn't really want to be into. So it's the hyper awareness to know the types of people that are frauds and who it is that you don't want. And the Seven of Wands represents this. You know, it's ever since you were a little one, you had to be on the defensive, where just to be here, just so that your TV doesn't get turned off, you know, or you don't get yourself in certain situations that could lead to your detriment. A lot of you Scorpios realize that you couldn't hang out with certain people. So which is contrary, or it goes against what it is that the innuendos that or the rumors that people will spread about you. But they don't know that. They don't know that a lot of you Scorpios really, the people who are on the outside who don't know about you Scorpios, they don't know that the Seven of Pentacles is what you want. You want a significant other, start a family, all of that type of stuff. But the Two of Wands represents, but unfortunately, the relationships that you've been in so far tend to be very volatile, right? And volcanic, in the sense that any minute it seemed like these people can just decide, like I said, to leave. Now they start talking about how it is that you ain't this, and they're looking for somebody that's better. I can't explain to you Scorpios how many times I've heard the same thing. It's not just you Scorpios. Trust me. Everybody wanted to talk about how, you know, I'm not this, I'm not that. Love doesn't pay the bills. I wrote a whole book talking about how and why love actually does pay the bills. It does. But the Two of Wands now represents, and these people just stand back and watch at a safe distance, and meaning that they just leave your life and leave you with a sense of having the rug being pulled from up underneath you, because you Scorpios felt like you were in a very good relationship with these people, and just like that, it's torn away from you. To now the Nine of Swords. Now it's like some of these people may even try to come back, in the sense of in the past, and now it's like, what is it that you Scorpios are supposed to do? You Scorpios are supposed to continue to hang out with these people? What are you even supposed to do with that, right? So this is very much so a time for you Scorpios of self-reflection and being able to really understand what exactly it is that's going on with you. So, because a lot of you Scorpios are really picking up game at an accelerated rate, really learning even more, like how to see from a mile, from even way further out. than what it is that you were able to at the very beginning. So a lot of you Scorpios are listening to what it is that I have to say. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Let's clarify this. So to clarify the Nine of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Wands, which represents people didn't have you get a peace of mind, because then they would try to come back into your life after they talk that trash. But for the future, you have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups, which is you will get a chance, if you haven't already, you will get a chance to meet other people. If you haven't started meeting people already, then you most definitely are. And at the same time, the Eight of Wands, you'll get your chance to actually, you know, state what it is that you really want as you're getting to know people. So be on the lookout for, if you Scorpios find yourselves getting to know some people, you know, and going out on a couple of dates.